Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Dragon Quest V. Last episode, we went to the cave to the west of Kabochi to try to find the monster that was ruining the crops here. We didn't get all the way through the cave. We did most of the stuff in the cave, but we had to make a retreat because we basically ran out of spell points and inventory, so we're making our second trip into the cave, but it'll be a straight shot now because we got all the treasures off the off-beaten paths, and we talked with one soldier who was there trying to hunt the monster down himself. We gave him a good scare, but he's okay. So now the people of the village will be okay too if we can just solve this monster problem. Now, to solve this monster problem, we're going to have Bianca's ribbon in the inventory of one of our characters. So like I said, if you don't have it there, make sure you go back to Port Selmy, stop in the depository, and pull that item out. It has to be in one of your character's inventory. So, we got a fight here with a man-eater chest. These guys can hit pretty hard, so we're going to start by increasing our defense with Slaylin's increase spell, and then we hope we get lucky that he doesn't just attack us. But he wastes his turns casting spells, and he doesn't have the MP for it, so he basically got a free turn there. Unfortunately, we didn't get small metal. A lot of times, those mimics and man-eater chests will drop small metals. I didn't get one there, so that was unlucky, but it was an easy battle. It's not gonna. The next battle coming up is gonna be pretty easy too, if we have that Bianca's ribbon. There's another easy battle. The baby panther. We had them back in Gen 1. So I wonder why the baby panther is here. Oh, and here is the room with the monster, and it's a big panther. It's a killer panther. Now, you can't defeat this enemy, so you can. I'm just gonna guard for now, just to show off the dialogue that you get. But eventually, you'll see something that it'll say that the killer panther's like trying to remember something. So I'm just gonna keep just guarding until I get that message. And that's your idea that you have to do something different in this fight. If you just try to take him out, he just has way too many hit points. See, the killer panther's trying to remember something. So this is where you just select the Bianca's ribbon, use it as an item, and the killer panther smells Bianca's ribbon and seems to be remembering something. It licks Bean's face. It's Borongo! He has grown up from a little baby panther to a killer panther. And by talking with him, he joins our group. So he is just basically a strict fighter. He gets some pretty good equipment. He hits hard, and he'll get some skills. One of the most useful skills we get is the eerie lights, which can remove the buffs off of like monsters. So I mean that's a lot of the bosses will have that later on. So like you'll be spending time to like buy kill your characters or increase their defense with the increased spell. And then the boss will just remove all those buffs with their icy glare, their eerie lights. Borongo will actually get that, so he'll help on boss fights if the boss uses buffing spells. So, and Borongo also came with Papas' sword, so I'm just gonna equip that. Unfortunately, we can't double attack with Papas' sword. When Papas was wielding it, it often acted like a falcon sword where he'd get 2 attacks per round. I was hoping that would happen because if you got some different swords, it's much more powerful than the boomerang, but it's single targets. But if you got some other single targeting swords, they're actually stronger than Papas' sword. So it's kind of like a disappointment that it doesn't have that like falcon sword ability to double attack. So overall, kind of a useless sword. I'll be going back to the boomerang, but I'm just going to keep it here just until I get back to the depository, just to kind of honor my father Papas, or Bean have on his honors Papas. So, another tough enemy there, the Assault Trooper. They hit pretty hard too, so you might want to use Slaylin's increase. And there's another enemy that I want to basically meet down here. Well, I wanted to meet them. Basically, there's two enemies here, but I can meet one of them outside. The mystery doll. But I want to also get a metal slime, finish them off, because they're going to start disappearing from dungeons. And I want to be able to defeat one just to be able to show off its stats. And so I just wandered around a little bit here, got into a few fights, and managed to finally defeat one. So many times I got so close. Like I said, they have between 4 and 5 hit points, and so many times I got like 3 hit points down on them, and was about to, finish them off with one more hit, and then they ran away. So I guess I got lucky that I had 2 appear here. One ran away, the other one stuck around long enough to be defeated. And we get some good experience from that. Merlin's gonna gain another level. Yeah, remember, as long as you have the wagon with you, any monster in the wagon will gain experience as well. We can actually start, I'll show that off a little bit later. You can actually, during fights, you can actually rotate your monsters in and out with the change command. And that's good if like a monster gets paralyzed or gets injured pretty bad and you don't have time to heal it. You can just swap it out. So I know like at one point Slaylin gets put to sleep, so just have him jump back in the wagon and have Merlin take his place. And then I think another time Merlin gets injured pretty bad and I don't have the resources to heal him because Bean's out of magic points. I don't even have enough magic points to cast the outside spell, which is why I'm walking away here. And so I just had Slaylin jump back out and take his place. So we're looking for that mystery doll, which you could have gotten inside the cave, but they're also on the outside here. That's not that bad that I had to farm it out here, because there's another enemy here that I wanted to farm. The other enemy I want to farm is the death parrot, but they're more common near the town that we're going to be going to. We were told that there's that wizard who's researching spells. They saw it in the telescope. You saw the smoke rising. That's actually from like the wizard's laboratory. But around there, the death parrots are a little bit more common. So I was hoping to get the mystery doll inside the cave and then the death parrot outside here, but I got lucky and got both of them outside here. So one right after another too. So sometimes I guess it makes up for the bad luck I had not getting the small metal drop from the man-eater chest. Here we got death parrots. Surprisingly, they don't cast death. You figure the death parrot, they'd be casting like the beat spell or defeat spell. But I guess at this early point in the game, that would be really mean to have, because like I said, you probably have a very small party. We'll have Merlin jump out of the wagon real quick to cast his fireball spell. In a few levels, Merlin will get the next upgraded spell, Fire Bane, just do a little bit more damage. And I see Merlin's a little hurt there, so I'm going to have Slaylin jump back out. He'll do less damage with his boomerang than the fireball did, but they've already been damaged by Borongo and Bean, so Borongo's going to gain a level here, and he's going to learn the charge-up technique. Basically, he takes a breath, and basically it'll double his damage for the next round. So it's good for fighting enemies. If you're gonna buy kill, and then you have him take a breath, then you buy kill him, so he's basically doing 4 times damage. So I just switched Borongo out here because you get different dialogue. But if you go in there in the town without Borongo, the townspeople say oh, we saw you walk with a monster, don't kill us. But we're gonna go back into the town here then with Borongo, and you'll see that the villagers act a little bit differently. They're more scared. So I just wanted to hop in here real quick, heal up. Now I'll switch, put Borongo back in my party, just get the different dialogue. And now they'll be more scared. That beast is, please spare my life. Yeah, basically most of the guys in the brown overalls, they all basically saying the same thing. And this lady's wow, you befriended the beast. You made the beast into your pet. Are you one of those big jungle boys, son? If you say no, he's like, boring. If you say yes right away, you'll never get to see what he says when he says no. But you always say after this, like, owie wowie, I knew you were a jungle boy. So, let's talk with all the people in town, see what their reaction. And they think that we ran a big con. They're like, you were friends with the monster. You, like, orchestrated this whole big plan to get our money. Which is totally not true. But that's the way that these townspeople are perceiving us. And this guy doesn't like us. He's not letting us into that house. Fine. You pick up your wood and you just get out of the village. Yeah, so the people ain't too happy with us. But we didn't plan this out. Sadly, they don't leave you like the option, like, you know, like you should be able to give the option, saying like, you know, no, we don't want your gold, you know. You can give them back the 1,500 gold they gave you, and not accept the other 1,500 the mayor's gonna give you. But yeah, you don't even get that option. So you kind of come across the bad guy. But luckily, like I said, there's that woman up there. She believes you that, you know, she doesn't think that, you know, we were bad, that we were connivers and thought this big scheme up. But eventually perception will change toward Bean later on. But for now, the villagers ain't really liking us. Let's head up on here. Come on, get out of the way. That keeps blocking the door. He does not want us to go into this shed. Guess he doesn't want us to scare his friend in here. But we're gonna do it anyway. And then we're going to head on back to Port Selmy. We're going to buy some equipment, pull some stuff out of the depository and sell it. So I didn't, I thought Borongo came back with all his equipment that he had from the first generation. Because some characters do. But Borongo actually came with the iron claw equipped, so we didn't have to buy it, but we have more than enough money that it's not going to matter that we spend we basically lose like 100 and some gold on that iron claw. Because we're going to sell it back for, you know, basically 75% of what we bought it for. So we want to buy the breastplate here. That'll be for Borongo. Much better equipment than his leather loincloth, which we will sell back. And we'll just get all that stuff from Henry's inventory that he put in the depository, because we don't really need that. We found another iron helmet that Borongo can equip, so we don't need Henry's. And like the plate armor, that stuff he can't use. So yeah, Henry's gear, not equipable for any of the monsters that we have here now. So we just pull it on out. But if you have to, it could be useful for like some other monsters if you have different monsters. Like if you have like Slime Knight or a Brownie, I think they can use some of the like the half plate armors and some of Henry's gear. But we are minimizing our monsters. These are basically all the monsters that I will have for the game. Like I said, I plan on doing the third generation with just like the human characters. So now there are 41 total monsters you can get. Some of them you can't get until after you beat the game in the post-game dungeon. But in the bonus episode, I will show off all the monsters. When I did the test run, I captured all the monsters, leveled them up to max. Actually used an AR code, an action replay code, to give them all the best equipment. So you could see like what they would be like if at their max potential. So some of the max equipments you can only get like one of. But like I said, with the AR code, that way I didn't have to like flip through the inventory all the time. I can just, you know, pull everyone up by their families. So this is the city. Not gonna go exploring it just yet. We're gonna get a few more monsters here. We don't have enough time to really explore the city at night, so I just figured I'd finish off this episode by just getting some of the monsters around here, some of the new monsters, and to show off, we're gonna have to come around this way for a side quest. There's two ways to get to the field we want to go to. One is a long route, mainly around this lake to the top, above us, but it's mainly grass. It's a longer route, but it's basically all grass, so lower encounter rate. Then there's like the shortcut here, which is through forests and hills, and that has a higher encounter rate. So it's a shorter trip, but you might actually get more encounters in it because of the terrain and the way that the terrain affects the step counter for monsters. Puppet Man here, we can, they're actually an enemy that you can recruit. They have some good equipment draws. They can equip like the Metal King Sword, the best sword in the game. Some pretty strong armor as well. They don't get in a lot of levels though, and their main skills are those like weird dances which can have odd effects. So here's another little Borongo. But yeah, these guys they hit hard. Look at that. Attacking right at the neck, vicious claw swipes. So we're gonna have to have Merlin jump out. Merlin gained that Fire Rain spell, so you can just hop in here and do a little extra damage. But now he's still hurting. We'll be able to get him some armor in the town, but like I said, we skipped that town real quick just to farm the enemies. But yeah, see, this is the one way we can go. To the south, there's a field, and we're gonna have to be going to that field later on to gather some herbs for the spell that the wizard is working on in the city, Warfin. So we actually can learn 2 spells there. One later on in the game, in the 3rd generation, but they don't really tell you about that one. So that's one that's commonly missed, but it's not really important. The first spell here that you're going to learn about is much more important, and that is actually, I'll spoil it, it's the return spell. We had quite a few people talking about how someone's researching a spell that can make you visit places that you've been to before. Like in previous Dragon Quest games, that's the return spell. And it'll be good to get that, because then we can just hop around the world a little bit more. And we're going to be doing some hopping around the world because when we actually start going into Warfare and talking with people, we're going to find out that our old friend Prince Henry has been up to some life changes. So we'll want to actually go back there and visit him again. And that, like I said, that spell will allow us to just, hop right back over there. So the Wing of the Wyvern just takes you back to the last place you saved. So unlike some previous games, like Dragon Quest 3 and 4, where you use the Wing of the Wyvern just like the return spell, you can select where you want to go to. They coded that out of this one here, I guess, just to make the return spell more useful or more special. So here we are at the city at night. We'll explore it next episode during the nighttime, and then we'll stay at the inn, heal ourselves up, and then we can explore it during the daytime. But it's a pretty big city. It's kind of a confusing layout, so you'll definitely want to come back tomorrow to check out the exploration of the city. So we'll be exploring it both during the day and the night, getting some armor finally for Merlin, our wizard, and see if we can find that wizard who's making that spell. So take care, have a good one, thanks for following along, have a good day, bye.